Well, the date is way off, and I almost don't care. I know what day it is. You know what day it is. Who's here? Is anybody here? Come on, we're in this thing 10 seconds. I can't tell if anybody's here. Scrolling to the bottom. Let's look around. Let's get the usual suspects out of the way. The Legion of X, bottom of the Glass Nation, all the extras lining up in green. Look at that. Mrs. Forwatton, Emery's here. Laura, Joey, Two Bear. How could Two Bear not be here? Mrs. Forwatton's again. Joey talking it up and down, back and forth, scrolling. People writing paragraphs. Beautiful Disaster is in. Now I have to stop every time we get to Beautiful Disaster with those big red lips and that black heart. That is like a kiss and a slap. And every guy knows what that means. You get a big red kiss and the black heart whack right afterwards. But it's worth it every time, isn't it, guys? Every damn time. And we're done. We go back for more every time. I don't stop stopping. I keep stopping every time I see her. Oh, she's so far away. We did Laura. Not we did Laura. I didn't do Laura. I said Laura's name. I said Laura. We did the name. I said Joey. I said Laura. I said Mrs. Forwatton. I said Tuber. I'm saying that I did the name. I did the. She's here too. Dig yourself out of that one. Jamie Smith showed up. Jamie says, Mel and I are here. General standing in line. Thank you very much. Everyone who addressed me as General, please fall in line. Join the ranks. Glad to see the usual suspects are there. No-goes here. Laura again and Joey again. Everyone again. This is all the prerequisite stuff. Marshall Winfield, Terry M. Pauline's here with her big hearts. Hello, General. Pauline, please fall in line. Join the ranks right behind me, dear. I want you to sit up front. Thank you for that. Did I miss anybody? Terry M. Boom. No one. I didn't say. Did I say anything? No one? No, I did. I'm not even letting that one go through. Chad H is here. 420 approved. Dan Pro, Federales. George, Virginia. Thank you very much. Josh says, good evening, Josh Raymond. Good evening, General. Josh, fall in line. Mrs. Nolan Void, falling in line, General. Mrs. Nolan Void, I'd like you right behind me if you can, just right here. Just pull up a seat next to Pauline. You're good to go. Jaden Lee, good day, 99 model here, all the way from Australia. Cheers to you and your family. Well, Jaden, we're about to raise our first glass. We're almost there, so hang on to that beer for 1 second. So Jason Bruce says, what's up, big guy? Good to see you. Thank you. I got a little more pep in my step. Clayton says, hey, General. Clayton, you can fall in line. Get in the ranks right behind me here. I got a little more pep in my step. I'm trying to get there from here, which normally you can't, but I think I can. So we'll try. But let's let's see where we go here. We did Jason's. My screen jumped, you guys. Beautiful Disaster. You can't say that Beautiful Disaster because I didn't say the line yet. Are you guys ready for the line? Allie, you want to scroll down? Get ready. Because what I'm going to say is right here. I'm scrolling all the way to the bottom. Welcome to GenxTalks Live. And if you read the caption, if you read the description, you heard it. Welcome to Gen X Live. Now I'm looking right now. Ho! Who's first? Who's first? Two Bear says, Frank, hang on. I'm going with, I'm looking like on mine, it's Mr. Bum Fiddly. That's what it looks like to me. Now, I know it looks like Glenn Bradley has an image, but nothing came through. It's on my end, it's 3 squares. I don't know. That's not really saying anything. I don't know. What do you think, Allie? Allie, text it over here on the Google thing. Let me know. I've got Bum Fiddly. That's who I've got. No one was too soon. Beautiful Disaster was too soon. Everybody was too. Lionheart was a little too soon, or he was late, actually. Liz says boobs and set aside 81 for me. I'm telling you, I think it was I'm pretty sure it was Bum Fiddly. Who do you got there? Let me look over. Yeah, that's who I got. Allison, Allie agrees with me that Bum Fiddly was the first one. If you guys read the description for tonight's live stream, in the beginning, it says, if anybody ever bothers to go see the picture, read the title, read the description, which I take great measures to do. It takes all of about a minute or two of my time, and that's valuable. It was the first one after I said the phrase that pays. First one to say the word boobs, scream it out, gets a free shot glass, and that's going to go to Mr. Bum Fiddly. So that's the way I called it. That's the way I saw it on there. I'm not trying to get out. Emery, may the Schwartz be with you, General, and the Legion of X. And I know right where he's come from on that. It's a very Gen X phrase from a movie. You guys might not know what it is, but Emery and I do. We know. The superintendent, can't wait to get my glass, General. They're coming. Everybody who's waiting for the stuff that's been ordered in the last couple, 2 or 3 weeks, you got to wait till Gen X mom gets back. I'm sorry there's a delay. Pretty much everybody knows she's taking care of her mother right now. So that's where it goes from there. And checking everything's good there. Okay, so yeah, now that you know, stand your ground. Oildale's checking in. That's not too far away. All right, what I miss? Jaden Lee, good day. We did that one. The superintendent, can't wait to get the glass. We did that one. I'm going to scroll back up real quick just to see if I missed anybody. Let's not start off on the wrong foot. There's somebody I missed. Somebody's talking here. I want to say something to him. Is there a way to subscribe for a year? Or do you have to pay each month? I don't know. I don't know that. That's something I have to ask the kid. It's a little out of my jurisdiction there. But okay, I know I missed some people talking. Just want to mix any colors that came through. I don't want to blow those people off here. Gaggle says, you're glad to be back home and healthy. Thank you for that. Milan says, General, I got the day off and you're drunk with me. Hey, Milan, then we'll start drinking together real soon here. I promise. Barry Dano, going to order 2 shot glasses, saving numbers 199 and 200. I want to say I got the last 2. You got to email me then, Barry. I got to go look. But anybody who wanted a specific number, first of all, nobody gets a specific number. Everybody, you get what you get. However, there's a few of in here. There's a few that have been stirring up trouble since day one. I will try to pull a number out for you. I'm not opposed to being cool like that. I would feel the same way. There's a few people that have asked for numbers, not a lot, but there's a few. But if you ask in chat here, I'm probably going to forget about it. I know Allie will be making notes like a mad dog trying to help out with that, and then Gen X Mom will work together. But let's face it, I don't know for sure. So I'm going to have Allie post for the rest of you what's going on right now. The new shot glasses are on their way to me. So now they're available to you on the website. She's going to post a link right to it. But once they're numbered. You get there's no repeating numbers. There's not 5 number 6s. There's not 10 number 2s. No. There's one number of each one, and that's it. Just like we sold out of the other ones, and you guys were all, oh, I can't believe you sold out. I warned you to get one. I told you to get a glass because I don't know when we're getting another shipment, if ever. That was it. This one, I've got a certain number of these, and they're etched in glass. They're numbered. Once you own one, you've got it. You've got a piece of GenxTalks history. That's it. That's the bottom line, my friends. You get them. The Patreon people got first shot. After that came YouTube members, and now we're talking to the public. So if you want one, when the screen stops letting you order, then it's at its limit. You're done. There's no more. I don't know how soon that'll be, but I want to tell you that I'm thinking that 25% of them sold out in the first 10 minutes. So I'm sure it'll slow down a little bit. Everyone's get a few. And then it'll take another week to go out. But that's it. If you're going to wait till next month, then you're not going to get one. It's just they're not going to last that long. These are a numbered set. So sometime next month when I hold up my shot glass and say, hey, how many of you have one of these? There's going to be some of you that are drinking right along with me that we're on the same page. That's a big deal, man. I dig that. I dig that completely. So, all right, let me scroll down, see if there's anything big that I missed here. Boom, 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 boom. Jamie Smith, General, it's Mel. Have I stirred up enough trouble to get a glass number? I'm batting my eyes. Mel, when you place an order, I'll pull out a number. But the numbers you're going to want, sweetheart, because the numbers you're going to want are already taken. Just so you know, you're going to have to reinvent something. But Mel, yes, I'm absolutely positive that we can figure something out for you. I promise. Hey, General, is there a way to subscribe for you? We talked about that already. I hate it. Don't know. Jim Stawicki says, General, Jim, go ahead and fall in line. Join the ranks behind me here. Pauline, we talked to her. Terry M said hello. Marshall ordered my shot glass 20 minutes ago. Marshall, I'm glad you got one because people are going to be mad at me that I posted it and now they're all sold out and I can't do anything about that. And the number is the number is. Good evening, General. Good to see you back and having a drink. Cheers. What happened with the kid's first date? Not the first date. His first date is actually he asked her to his junior prom. So I think that's in May, the first week in May. So he's got about 2 to 3 weeks to get his stuff together. So we'll fill you in as more things transpire. All right. Saying, okay, now beautiful disaster. I'll let her big paragraph come through. I'm not doing it. I'm not going there. All right. Tim and Indy, bottom of the glass nation. Thank you. Zombie Prince says, what's up? Treble Leisure. Hello, General. Got wheelie bar installed. Thank you. So do I. I do. I did go out and buy some Jack. Just a thought, General, how's your mother-in-law? I've been pretty concerned about you guys. Fried said you were getting a sex change. No sex change. All right, real quick. Gen X mom is still down in the valley. She's still down in LA. And her mother, my mother-in-law, is, I hate to say clinging to life, because that's kind of like you've been injured in a car accident and you're trying to recover. She had what they call a rally the other day, where she woke up and had 4 hours of get me out of this bed, get me something to drink, let's talk, and then it just went out. I learned that that's what that's called. And she was very coherent. She was very talkative, and she's like, I want to go. It's time. I don't want to do this anymore. She was in fact, I think she told one of her grandchildren, when I'm gone, have a party, have a drink. Come on, don't be upset. Don't be sad. This is the next phase of life. And she was very comforting to everybody. And so now everyone's waiting. Honestly, I thought she would have passed already, but she's a stubborn old bird, let me tell you. And she'll go when she's damn good and ready. And she's just not ready yet, but it's close. It's very close. And the next time you hear me say that Gen X mom is back in my house and sitting here in the distance, then you know that things are unwinding on that end now. Things are, they're unwinding, they're getting pulled apart, and they're separating, and things are moving around, and the house will be for sale and all, whatever's transpiring on that. It's not my department, but that you'll know that the things are in motion because the time has come and gone. And that's it. And it's very hard. Gen X mom has her brother down there, my brother-in-law, a very cool cat. He's older than me by a bit, and he's down there holding everything together. My wife is leaning on him a ton, and they're working together on stuff, and they're having laughing times, and they're having crying times, and I think it's working out well. There's your update, and I will tell you more when I know more. Welcome to the Bottom of Glass Nation, my friend. Thank you very much for re-enlisting, we'll call that. That's a good thing. John Stevens in 1999, he is becoming, John Stephenson is becoming a irregular, unofficial sponsor of the GenxTalks Legion of Vaccination. Just ordered my glass, didn't check on Patreon. Better late than never, though, right? Yeah. If it lets you order, then there was still some left. That's all I got to tell you. When Ali puts the link in there, if it lets you order, there's still some left. But when it says you can't, then you're done. We're done. Okay, so Frank's here. Frank Blee. Hello, everyone. Frank, we got to talk soon. I'll call you tomorrow, the next day. Fried says, evening all. Fried, you showed up. I've been carrying the show for 13 minutes all by myself. Okay, you guys have all been in my backpack because I've been carrying everybody. Now Fried's here. We can get back to some normalcy. Diver Monkey. Oh, we are only the first glass. Oops, we're only on the first glass. All right. Mrs. Fort Watton, you sound great for a sick man. Mrs. Fort Watton, we spoke on the phone, and you heard my voice, and this is very similar. I'm propped up right now, and thank you for saying so, but I'm going to push through. Let's see if we can get an hour out of me tonight. Maybe a little more, but we'll see. All right. So, Ali asked me 1 to 200 or any number up to 3 digits. I don't, Ali, whatever. If they write down a specific, if they've made a purchase, and they want to try to pull out a certain glass, I'll try to pull out whatever I can. There's no promises, there's no guarantees. But if they email Ali, if you guys email Ali at GenxTalks.com, she'll put your email up there because she's taking over some of that for mom or Gen X, whatever it goes. We'll try to get you what you want. We'll see what we can do. Superintendent, can't wait to glass. Tom Bradford dropped $10. Turn my whole screen yellow right there, Tom. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Miss Brandy says hi. Well, hello, Miss Brandy. Welcome aboard. And okay, so oh yes, I know, Miss Fort Watton. You've heard my voice before right here, but it is a little more personal. When I'm on the phone, I drop it down a notch where I can get real close to the phone and talk like this. I didn't do that. Yeah, I would never. Joe Haney, goat dumplings. And with that, we are going to start drinking. Joe, I can't do it. So Everyone, I'm scrolling to the bottom right now. Wow, J-Mart. That's a dumb thing to say. Okay, I'm scrolling down to the bottom right now. Anybody raising a glass with me? Anybody who legitimately has a glass in your hand? I don't care if it's water, or soda, or whiskey or wine. If you got something in your glass and we're drinking it together, I'm doing it with you right now. And you don't have to fake it till you make it. Just if you don't have one, don't have one. But if you do, if you have something, if you're gonna raise it with me, right now is your chance. Just say cheers, put up your beer, put up your glass, whatever, because we are the bottom of the glass nation. The truth is at the bottom of that glass. And this is a real bottom of the glass. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. And we are the Legion of X. And to all of the extras out there, this is an order from the general. Take a drink with me. All right. That's my first glass of Jack since I went down 2 Thursdays ago. First one. There we go. Marvelous Miss Miranda. Now, for those of you that don't know, because sometimes there's new people here, we drink, and the truth is at the bottom of the glass. Okay? It even says the truth is at the bottom of the glass. Can I get that on the black hat where you can see it? And get that where you can see it. Do you see what it says at the bottom of the glass? It says the truth is at the bottom of the glass. It physically says it. Because the GenxTalks glasses, that story is at the bottom of the glass. The truth is at the bottom of the glass. When you drink, the truth comes out, or at least it does with me. These glasses are all gone. I told you to order them. I told you when they're available. If you wanted one of these glasses, you had to. You didn't order it. You waited too long. Now you can't have one. Sorry. I mean, if somebody wants to put one up on eBay, then you can get one. But right now, they're out of stock. Sorry. I don't know if we're getting any back, but that's where we get into those. So the next ones that are up right now, they're a numbered limited edition. They're up there now. Allie can give you the number. Like before, don't be mad when I tell you they're gone. They're gone. That's a real thing. They're done. All right. So let's get down to what we're talking about here. What we say? Chauncey, Gen X Dad, thank you for your open wisdom. This week I'm negotiating a new job after 13 years of my current one. Millennial working to make shit happen. Chauncey, my man, you get after it, man. You stay focused. When you get in there for your negotiation, you be confident. You let them know what they're getting. You have a little pride in yourself, a little confidence, my man. Kenny says, good evening from Tennessee. Kenny, how are you doing? Don D'Ambrosio. Cheers, General. Having a good evening. I just drank mine, Don. Thank you very much for joining up. Have a seat, pull up a chair, and you can watch as the train wreck goes by. Oh, my God. No, I can't fix my calendar. Jared, I'm not allowed to. I can't touch that. Gen X Mom does that. The kid fills in for it, but I've made it a habit of never touching that. I don't ever. It's not my gig. It's not my department. And we all know it's there, Jared. Thanks for pointing that out. But no. Okay. Yeah. For those, hey, Elizabeth got one. For those of you who did get one of these glasses, I'm happy. I'm glad. Thank you. That's what I want. I want us all to be drinking out of the same glass. Not literally, but okay. So something I want to tell you now. I don't. If you guys want to hang up, you can. But this is kind of important. I don't often talk a lot of religion because there's so many religions. But I got into an unusual conversation with two people, and this was like an in-person thing, and it was kind of planned to have the discussion, but it went in a different direction. Now, follow me on this. This is real simple, and this is actually from a kid's point of view. Now, adults brought this up, but it's just a fundamental thing. I want you to hear what I came up with for an answer, and you can approve or disapprove. But in a child's thinking, and these were adults conveying this, but this is a common thread. If God is forever, eternal in both directions, hundreds of billions and trillions of years that way before anything was even here, no earth, no nothing, did God exist? And you go, yeah, there's always God. He was always there. Okay. Then God began creating things because there was nothing. And he began creating things. Would you agree? Yes, we agree. God created. Okay. And he does the heavens, and he does the earth, and he does Adam and Eve. He does people and animals, and the earth is here, and the sun, the moon, the stars, and off we go. Okay. Remember, this is just very basic stuff. Then they come to me and say, okay, way back here, 200 trillion years ago, there was nothing but God. Now, 200 trillion years later, we have the earth, the stars, and the sky, and the moon, and people. Yes. And we have sin. Yes, there's sin on earth. People sin. Okay. So somewhere from nothing but God till now, God created sin. What do you mean God created sin? Well, if there was, did God have sin when he was sitting out there floating in the nothingness for 100 trillion years? No, God's perfect. Okay, so no sin, right? And now there is sin. Yes. So God created sin. It's not hard math. It's basic math. 2 + 2 is 4. It's not hard to figure out. There was nothing. Now there is something. He was the only one creating stuff because he was the only one there. So this becomes a trap for me. This becomes a conversation where this is a fallacy in every religion. It doesn't matter if you're Christian or Catholic or Buddhist or Muslim. At some point, your God was the only thing all powerful. Now there is sin. Your God created it because there wasn't any before. It doesn't even matter when these people are arguing. It doesn't even matter which religion they're arguing over. They blanket it with everyone. They cover it. Now they're specifically talking to me in one respect about Christianity, but they very vocal saying this is for everybody. It covers all of them. It doesn't care who you are. They don't like religion, and they blame religion for a lot of things. And this is their way of kind of driving the stake through the heart of religion, saying this is all your fault. There was no sin. Now there's sin. Whatever God you believe in obviously created it and produced it. And now we're all in this mess. Kirk Hood, time is an illusion. Time on Earth is different than other dimensions. I wouldn't disagree with you, Kirk. I've never been to other dimensions, so I don't even know if my watch would work in other dimensions. That's how little I know about it, Kirk. I'm with you. Back to my story. So I listened for a long time because my explanation was 2 minutes long, just to give you the brief overview. They went much deeper and on and on. And I finally said, okay, can I have a turn to talk here? Because they got themselves more heated by their own words than I do when someone accuses me of not reading comments. Yes. So here's the way I explained it. I said, okay, I understand God, everything, nothing there but God. Now there's all this stuff in sin. God created sin. I said, but he didn't. God didn't create sin. Just like if you believe the story of Adam and Eve and the tree, Adam and Eve, God says, Adam, here's Eve, there's a tree. Is there sin created right now? No. No sin yet. Just two people in a tree. Don't eat from the tree. As soon as you do, now there's sin. So you could say God created the opportunity for sin. I guess that would be a fair assessment. But the way I explained it, I said, you don't understand that God created red and blue. Okay? Is red a sin? No. Is blue a sin? No. But humans, people, mixed the colors together and produced purple, and now there's a sin. Let's say purple is a sin. God didn't create purple. God created red and blue, and humans put it together and created purple. Humans put their decisions together, created the sin, and then blame God. And I said, that's what you're doing. I stopped him and said, that's what you're doing right now. God could be accused of creating the opportunity for sin, but there was the flip side of what he was getting at was obedience. He was trying to foster and have them show obedience and love towards him. They chose to eat the tree. That's the sin. They did it. He created the opportunity. They mixed red and blue together and made purple and held up purple and go, this isn't our fault. You did this. No, God created red and blue. You mixed it together and made purple. And now you're upset that there's purple in the world and you can't get rid of the purple in the world. Now everybody's got purple in the world and you're mad about it. Well, you did it. That was my explanation. That was this is a very short version on how the conversation went. And I'm editing myself for tons of different avenues of conversation, as you might have noticed. But I just wanted you to know that's my talk. I didn't really talk about too much religion specifically, did I? Just talked about God or a deity, whichever religion you're talking about, and sin, however you want to call it. That was my explanation. Yeah, you're free to pick it apart if you want to. We don't ever talk about religion. What we've done, 200 live streams. We never talk about it, and very rarely. But when this topic came up, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, thought you guys might want to know. That was a conversation. In the end, they really didn't have an answer for that. There was no way to. They weren't comfortable twisting that around to try to blame God for this whole mess again. And we talked about other stuff, but in the end, there really wasn't and you got to remember, I'm not Ben Shapiro. I'm not Jordan Peterson. I don't have charts and graphs and focus groups. I am not as well learned as those guys. I don't have all the depth of knowledge of 50 books that they've read and lectures they've given and listened to. Here at GenxTalks, what do I always do? I kind of pull stuff back down to street level. I don't the conversation go too deep in explanations because you get lost in the forest. If it's possible, and a lot of these conversations, whether they're politics or religion or any social distorted conversations you want to have, you can pretty much narrow them down to nuts and bolts, keep things at street level if you want to. And this particular one, they wanted to start quoting scriptures, and they started to want to tell, well, who translated what scripture to what thing, and the written down, and I don't care. I don't care what religion you're talking about. It's just fundamentals. We got two colors. Human did it. Now you're mad? It's your fault or our fault or whatever you want. Anyway. Okay. So we'll move on. But now you have my take on that one particular part of it, and you can beat me up if you want to. Just a thought. No, God didn't create sin. Lucifer created sin. The heavenly beings have been around far longer than we have. Yeah, I know that. That's the same idea. You could still say there was God before Lucifer, and so he created Lucifer, he created sin. No. He created a choice. He created an opportunity, and Lucifer took it. Men took it. Yes, that is correct. Your example just precedes mine. I was keeping it kind of at an Adam and Eve and the tree thing that most people are more familiar with that. But you are right. Just the thought is exactly right. God, I'm with you. God did not create sin. But you see the argument where they're like, yes, he did. Said he did. I'm with you. Pauline, if Adam and Eve wouldn't have sinned, we would all be sitting here naked. Oh, Pauline, yes, that's true. That's absolutely true. Jaden Lee, creation and destruction exist as eternal. Everything has cycles and will eventually reach its equilibrium. Nothing cannot exist. I agree. There's some truth in that. Let me back up to something Pauline just said, and I wasn't going to talk about this because I've got my heart stabbed by this, and this isn't religion. This is movies. This is actually a TV thing. So Pauline said, if Adam and Eve wouldn't have sinned, we'd all be sitting around naked, and we'd all be here because the wages of sin was death, and everybody has to die now. All right. So I came up with this idea like 20 years ago, and I said, okay. And I sat down with a couple friends of mine. I said, now follow me on this. If Adam and Eve, they sinned, and God said, okay, now the wages of sin is death. You're going to grow old and die, and you can't live forever, and your children are going to grow old and die, and their children everyone's going to grow old and die. And here we all are growing old and dying. We're not sitting around naked like Pauline just said. What if Adam and Eve had a son before they sinned? They sin, and now they sinned and lied, and now they're going to die, and all their children. But he escapes that because he was born before the sin was put upon them. What if we had a TV show or a movie about a guy, about a son that was born before Cain and Abel, before they sinned, and he's still alive today, and he just works his way like the Highlander down through the cosmos. And I was thinking I was onto something there. And then everybody's, oh, they've already done that. There's already a TV show about that. I'm like, what? I didn't hear about it. Yeah, they've already done a movie about it. They've already done a TV show. Don't even bring it up anymore. I'm like, I didn't know that. I thought I was onto something here. I mean, that's like, that popped into my head all on my own. I didn't steal that from somebody for once. That was a real thing. And off and on for the past 20 years, I never really looked it up, but it's already been done before. You're way behind. So this was like in the 90s, I thought of this. And they're like, I've heard about a TV show. It's on HBO or something. It's already been done. Anyway, so yeah, there was my idea. Didn't go anywhere. Nobody cared, and everybody told me that I was an idiot and full of shit. So I quit talking about it. Oh, what did I do wrong here? Okay, so boom. Scrolling. Randy says, I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. Geez, Prince wrote about that song, his baptism is sin. Yeah, John says, yon tree could have just as easily been a mountain on the other side of the ocean, or it could have smelled. Yeah, we don't know what it was. True. No go. Allie, I'm sure he's talking to Allie back and forth. All right. Anthony says religion is BS in my humble opinion. You're allowed to have whatever opinion you want. I was just bringing up a conversation, man. Even if you're an atheist, you could participate in a conversation. It's a hypothetical conversation. It's just, I wasn't there. I'm just telling you what I think. I think that in that scenario, I had a good point, and I still do. Bill Rabbit, 5 for Allie being an outstanding administrator and 5 for the General's bottle. I'm taking it all. I'm not giving Allie shit. Nah. Oh, Pauline, we did her. Jaden, we did him. Boom, boom, boom. Go Smoke a Toad said she'd be right back. I didn't even know she was here, so I'm not going to miss her too much. Thomas, permission to troll the old bastard? I guess that's me. I don't mind. Oh, my God. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Randy says, nothing wrong with being naked, Pauline. Well, we know that's why she said it. Okay, so kind of hard to read the big paragraphs, guys. I'm not saying I won't, but it's kind of hard to read the big paragraphs. Okay. Anyway, Mrs. Fort Watton. Damn it jumped on me. Hold on. It's going back up. Mrs. Fort Watton, he'd be really old, but would he? Wouldn't he just be aging slowly? Maybe right now he'd be 3,000 years old or whatever, 10,000 years old. But maybe he'd look like he's 40. I don't know how fast they'd age or if they'd ever age. Maybe he doesn't age at all. Well, he'd have to because he's born. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what he'd be. I'm just talking out my ass here. Hey, come on. It was an interesting conversation, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm just sharing what's going around. Did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? Slarty. Slarty says, did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? Yeah, but it was just for show. They wanted to fit in with the rest of us. So, okay. Miguel Velasquez, I couldn't agree with you more. Please don't stop what you're doing. And Gen Z's son looks up to you and adores you, and he will survive this woke world. Hey. And Time Traveler flipped everybody off. Hey, friends. Welcome, Time Traveler. Oh, my God. Who's next to me? Hey, nice job intercepting the door like you promised. Failure.
If you didn't mention it, they wouldn't have said anything.
He's a failure. Now I have to punish him severely.
Didn't we establish that in the last video?
Every video.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, guys.
There's Gen Z Kid.
This is your chance to, take a drink of water.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Carry the show.
This is where I'm carrying the show by looking at you. Whoa, $5. Click that. Click it. $5 from Verified. Saying, what do you think about the vote to legalize weed federally? I don't have an opinion on that.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, there you go. Now it's your turn. You take a drink of water. You're all set.
I'm set now. Break. I'm good.
Okay, bye, guys. I did my part for a little bit.
That's right. You spelled me enough to get a glass of water. All right. So, legalizing marijuana. Yeah, part of me is actually very for that. And I'll tell you, it's a simple reason. It's not complicated. The illegal stuff that's out there is laced with stuff that is making people very sick and killing them. It's not the same stuff we had in the 70s and 80s. It's just not. And I don't know whether that'll help it or not, but when you have cigarettes, there's not really a lot of cigarettes out there that are laced with chemicals that kill you. Don't start telling me everything that's in a cigarette. I don't care. What I'm telling you is it's not laced with, LSD or something that's going to kill you. And I'm worried that the unregistered, unlegal, everybody trying to make their shit more potent so you buy their shit is causing it to be deadly, like really quick. Maybe if they legalized it and there was some regulation, maybe most of that would go away. Some of it would. I don't know. That would be my main discussion for legalizing it is to, plus it's a great tax revenue. And, that's a whole nother stream of money that the government can waste. I'm really looking forward to that. Kaiser Wilhelm II says, yes, punish the child. A man after my own heart. I'm going to do that very thing. Screw that kid. $20 and I get to punish the kid. Kaiser is a man after my own heart. He is. Okay. So, Gerald Martin, we've been on here for half an hour. He runs in. I was late. Did anybody yell boobs and get their free glass? Yeah, Gerald, you're a half an hour late. That part's over. Bum fiddly one. And then he left. I haven't seen a thing from him since. He's gone. Oh my God. All right. Don't. The government made a lot of money off of illegal weed. How did they do that? I don't know about that. I mean, it's something you could just throw out there and say, but I don't know how true it is. I think Lionheart says, I think the government needs to step out of the pharma and let the open market regulate itself. Yeah, there. See, I'm torn on that. I'm a huge capitalist. I am. And I think the market balances itself out. I do, however, think that there needs to be, maybe let's just say we did what you said, Lionheart. Let the free market roll. Let supply and demand dictate everything. I would think that there still needs to be some government sideways intervention to pull drugs out for people that can't afford them. Even when and I'll give you an example. What if there's some cancer drugs that Pfizer says we're selling them for $500 a pill, and we're like, well, then you're not going to sell very many because no one can afford that. And Pfizer says, well, we're comfortable with that. And so Pfizer sells 10 million pills. And they're like, you could sell 600 million pills if you just lower the price. And Pfizer says, no, we're fine with it being at $500 a pill. Okay, there's capitalism. They can decide their prices. And if you can't afford it, too bad. Now I got a problem. And I'm not telling Pfizer how to run their business and what their profit margin is. But I want everyone to have, I want that medicine available to everybody who has cancer. And I don't even have a plan on how to get there. I'm not telling you socialized medicine. I'm not telling you to rob from the rich and give to the poor. I'm not saying that. But if capitalism ends up at a point where things are just functioning the way they are, nothing's changing and everybody's comfortable, and there is still people, I don't know if there's one person who can't afford that medicine who needs it, then we have to find a way to get it to them. And I don't know how to do that. I'm not willing to break the back of the middle class. I'm not willing to go to socialized medicine. I'm not willing to do any of those things. But my heart wants everyone to have that medicine. And I just don't know how to do it. My brain's not big enough to get there, but I want it to happen. And I wish someone would show me how. When you guys brought that Obamacare thing, I wanted the result you guys wanted, but I was very opposed to everything you were doing to get it there. It didn't work at all. I know you say it did, but it didn't. It helped some people and it crucified an entire generation of people. We're still feeling it. I want the same result as you. We all do. There's not one person in here who wants any child to be sick. Not one. But none of us know how to get there. And when you guys start telling, here it is right here. Here's the plan. Just follow it. No, when you start, every plan that I've read, when you really read it, is wrong and guessing and assuming, and it's stupid the whole way through. You just pretend that it's good and throw it out there and tell us if we don't agree with it, then we're saps, that we hate children and old people and all the other bullshit you always say. It's not true. We want the same result as you. We're just not willing to sacrifice the entire country at getting it, because then eventually the country collapses and nobody gets it. And you don't see it. You're not even smart enough to see that, and you won't see it. We all want the same result. I do. I'm sorry. Got off on that with Lionheart. We'll blame him for screwing me up because he did. Two Bear, toast to you and the family. All right, let me scroll back. Jamie Smith, no, there's nothing wrong with not wearing clothes. All right, we're still on the naked thing. I'm good with that. Don't. Mrs. Fort Watton, I meant chronologically, not how old he'd look. Yeah, he'd be really old. He'd be 10,000 years old. That's for damn sure. Don't add me have belly buttons. Okay, I think I scrolled back. Let me see if Allie says that I missed something. She did not, so I'm going to move on. All right, let me scroll to the bottom here. And hold on, my screen turned green. I'm going to drink. Two Bear, hold on a second. I'm going to drink. There was I can't find it. The whole screen turned green, and then now I can't find it. I know I missed something. Joe Haney says round 2, punish him. There it is. Misa's Pizza, $5. I want to thank you for your opinions. You're a virtual father authority figure to some people and myself. Keep up the great work. Thank you for words of encouragement, because sometimes misas. As I'm speaking, I know my numbers are dropping. I know people are leaving. Even though it's just an opinion. That's all it is. I didn't say it was right. I show you that I think I'm right, and you should think I'm right too, and then I'm right. That's all I'm saying. Oh, okay. Allie, going through the emails and chocolate's numbers, so I'm half-assing my moderator duties. Well, I'm going to print that out, Allie, because that's an admission of guilt in a court of law. Okay, so boy, yeah, fuck Pfizer. Yeah, there's not. Slarty, has anyone said big boobs? No, nobody has said big boobs. Okay. All right, so Two Bear, wow, you guys have really gone off on the prostitute thing over here. I wasn't talking about prostitutes at all. Yeah, there's a way around prostitution if you guys want to learn. But anyway, go smoke a toad. Did anyone else see the commercial for the oral treatment for COVID they just put out? I did not. I'm behind the curve on that one. Lionheart, I'm red, white, and blue American, not a party, General. There you go. That and you notice I didn't discount your conversation. In fact, I probably took it farther than you wanted, but I didn't skip over it, Lion. All right. Okay. Mr. Fatty is right. 302 viewers, only 170 likes. I know, and not everybody who passes through here hits the like button. I got that. That's all right. I'm not a likable guy until you get to know me, and then I'm very likable. But it usually takes an hour or two, and then it takes another 5 or 6 hours, and you don't like me all over again. That's just the way it goes. Okay. So, boom. Okay, scrolling down. Gonna take that drink right now. Don't leave me hanging. Somebody do it. Just anybody, one person, and I'll be fine. Just one person to give cheers. I know Two Bears up. Just one more says cheers. He's got water in his. I'm good with that. All right. So who am I with? Lionheart's got a couple. Go smoke a toe. There we go. There's the Legion. There's the extras. You guys wouldn't leave me hanging. Come on, man. It's not nice. If we meet up in Vegas and I raise a glass, don't make me stand there looking like an idiot. All right. To you guys. Okay, so thank you, Eugene. That's what I needed to hear. Somebody likes me. Bradley Wellington III, if you please. Just wanted to drop by and say hello, General. You're one of my favorite live streams to watch. Cheers. Thank you, Bradley. I appreciate that. I also appreciate you changed your name when you did. That's kind of cool, too. All right, so I did have a note, a couple things. You guys, a lot of you know that we're doing the meet and greet on April 29th in Las Vegas at the Red Rock Hotel and Casino. We're not renting a hall or a conference room. We're literally going to pick a bar, probably in Lucille's. They got a really big bar and some comfortable chairs for my big fat ass. And we'll sit down, we'll drink, we'll tell stories, we can take pictures and hang out. I'm not just going to be in one spot. I'm going to roam around and talk to everybody. You guys make room, I'll say it with you. But I want you to know the seriousness of the issue is that Gen X Mom really has to perform well in Vegas. She really has to have her wife duties, bringing me drinks, patting me on the back, telling me how wonderful I am. And here's why: because April 30th is our anniversary. It is contract renewal, and she needs to step up her game and polish up her resume. Because during contract renewal, there's really not negotiations. It's really me deciding if she's done a good job this last year and seeing if I'm going to renew her contract for one more year. Yes, contract renewal will be in Las Vegas on the 29th, and we will decide collectively if I keep her around one more year. But that's what that is. And that's not just remember, guys, you don't have to celebrate an anniversary like you're so damn pleased she stayed with you one more year. You remind your wife that it's contract renewal, and she better take it seriously. Start stepping up her game in advance. She needs to let you know that she's serious. Yeah. And let's face it, most of our wives have been slacking off far too much for far too long. So yeah, every now, once a year, you got to snap them back into reality and say, okay, let's focus here. Eyes on the ball. Okay. You're supposed to get your job done. Oh, and I'm so thankful she can't hear me because she's busy right now and she won't take the time to replay this. So it'll be okay. And nobody will care. I just got away with a whole bunch of stuff. I'd have been smacked with a pan by now. Oh my God, that felt good. Jamie Smith at Alley, don't ban me. Melanie just slapped me and said that typing She's drunk. Yeah, I know. Melody, I didn't see what you said, but J Berg, $4.99. Thanks, my man. J Berg 007, dropping some in for the whiskey fund, I assume. I go by Jess, drop $7. Thanks for existing. This Zennial, which is Jess, such a fan, and just like us in Canada, vote in 30-something is stoner, and voila, legalized. I'm not opposed to it. I just want to make sure that the rules are cool so people don't get sick. That's all I care about. Joe Haney, I won't be in Las Vegas, but this goes to the general, knowing his place and buying her dinner. Yes, I'm going to buy her the dinner. You guys have all chipped in a few bucks for Gen X Mom, some Lionheart, Two Bear, some chunks coming in there. I'm telling you, you're right. You already know she's down there. She is emotionally exhausted. This is just tearing her up. She's going to come home. She'll probably sleep for 2 days and then have a 12-hour hot bath with glasses of wine. But once she recovers from being jello, I'm going to take her out. I'm going to tell her about all of you. I wrote down everybody who's contributed to giving a couple dollars for her having this wonderful dinner. It's going to happen. Okay. You guys have done a wonderful job for taking care of Gen X Mom. Every donation adds up, and it's a big deal. It's going to mean a lot to her, but it means even more to me. So thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. So Joe, you're on the right track. Barry Dano, liberal government in Canada legalized pot so they can control the sales and reap the sales tax. Yeah, I got that, and I know that's what they would do here. It's a huge money in taxes. I'm just saying there might be some benefit from it, for people that it doesn't. If there's a little bit of regulation, it might not harm as many people. There's a lot of people that I know of getting sick, and I don't like that. So can I change gears real quick? I mean, we talked about religion, we talked about marijuana. We all talked about how smart and wonderful I am, and I can't keep doing that. Okay, I appreciate the topic, but let's face it, we can go on forever, and I don't want to self-indulge too deeply. Wandering Tacoma checking in, General. Thank you, Wandering Tacoma. Check in, fall in line. Who are you to judge? Says $10. Do you think there is any sound science in using mushrooms to treat depression or PTSD? Also, I have no navel. I was taking a Japanese doctor. I may have taken LSD. Will I die? That's a lot stuffed into that one little package there. I have no idea if mushrooms fight depression or PTSD. If you try it, let me know how that turns out. Thank you. You have no navel, then you might be Adam and Eve's son from before they sinned. It could be. We just talked about that. It was taken by a Japanese doctor. Now I'm going to retract what I just said. It's not possible anymore. You are not their son. Directly. I may have taken LSD. Will I die? Chances are no. As long as it wasn't laced with anything worse, you'll probably be okay. You won't understand anything going on in the real world, but if you've taken LSD and you get real close to your monitor, you'll understand everything I'm saying with great clarity. That's almost a prerequisite to being in the Legion of X, is you got to be completely screwed up when you get here, enhanced by some medications or alcohol, and everything makes sense. So you're on the right pack. Joe Haney, we did that one. And who's to judge? We did that one. Joe Haney, goat nuggets. Oh, Joe, the goat stuff. Go smoke a toad. Reefer madness led to Big Pharma taking over and basically destroyed this country. They benefit off us being sick. Yeah, there's some truth to pharmaceutical benefiting from us and bad habits. No doubt about that. Mr. Bum Philly raised a glass of Gen X Mom. Thank you for that. And she feels that. When I tell her that everybody raised a glass, when I tell her, I call her tonight and say, people were talking about you. They do remember, they're interested, they're asking. That means a lot to her. It does. Some of you have met her in person, and you have a deeper connection for that. So thank you for saying so. I really appreciate it when you're looking out. Okay. All right. Another one that I wanted to bring up. So you guys have heard me talk about from time to time. I've talked to you about parents. We've all talked about it. Parents who do too much for their kids. They spoil their kids. Their kids turn out to be spoiled brats. And you can never get through to them because they do it out of guilt. They don't feel like they're doing enough for their children. So they give them more and buy them more and do more. They don't spend the quality time. They don't spend time discussing with them. We all know parents that do this. You guys know parents right now. You're thinking of them in your head. You can picture them. You know their name. And they're shitty parents. And sometimes they don't know they're being, but yeah, most of them do. They know that they're overindulging and they're spoiling and they don't care. And they end up taking care of their kids long into the future, and they're frustrated because then you can't hide it. When you have to keep promoting your kid and giving your kid money and solving your kid's problems, as you get older, other parents go, why are you still doing that? Oh, they just, they've fallen on hard times and, they don't quite, we all know. What's funny is if you're one of those parents listening right now, that you are enabling your kid and you're doing everything for your kid, you're wiping their ass, you're picking up their clothes for them, you're doing everything for your kid. And you know that the rest of us are kind of making fun of you about it. And you should, it's your way. It's my way of raising don't tell me how to raise my child. I want you to know we're never going to stop making fun of you. And when your kid gets older, I want you to realize all the excuses that you pass around to the rest of us on why my kid's got ADHD and my kid's slow and he's behind. All this stuff you're making up. It's all bullshit. Your kid doesn't have ADHD. That's just what people say now. So when they do a bunch of stupid shit to take care of their kid or spoil their kid, they feel like they have some philosophical and medical background for doing it. And it's wrong. And you're an idiot. And we all know it. I want you to know that we make fun of you. And we're going to continue. Even your closest friends, as soon as you turn your back and walk away, they all talk about what a shitty parent you're being because you're enabling your kid. You're not helping your child, and you're going to be helping him forever. I've never been able to tell a parent that to stop spoiling your kid. You're ruining them. You're ruining that child. I've never been able to. They don't listen. They don't want to listen. Hold on. Koki says, I went to Vegas show. Absinthe. Y'all should check it out. Drinking whiskey since my lady in Houston. Yeah, I went to that show too. Wasn't it in front of Caesar's Palace? It was like in a big tent. That's where it was, I think, when I went there. But the little wooden chairs you sit on, I'm a big guy. I was scared I was going to break them. But I went and saw it. It was a good show. I was all right with it. Kogi, so now we're on the same page, my friend. Who are you to judge? Says you're the man. Thank you for that. Okay, so back to my story. I've never had any success telling a parent that they're ruining a child because they don't believe you and they tell you to butt out. And who am I to tell them how to raise their kid? All right. So I heard an analogy that applied to this perfectly. So, and I used it in hopes that one time I could convince parents to consider changing a little bit. Jamie Smith, General, please convince Jamie to let me go to Vegas. I found a flight in a room at Red Rock. Please, please, please email or text. Just live. Well, Melanie, that's Jamie's money. I can't make Jamie spend the money to have you go. I mean, you're welcome to go. We'll be there for a few days. We're not just going to be there that night. That's the night we're doing stuff. In fact, we're leaving Saturday because we got stuff to do Saturday night and Sunday, but we'll be here a few days before. Mondo's got that big dinner coming on for all of us we're supposed to go to, which I haven't heard from Mondo in a while. I'm hoping it's still on, but if not, we're okay with that. But Mel, you're welcome to show up. I can't convince Jamie. You're his lady. You convince him. You have all the power and the charm. I don't. Okay. And I think you know what I mean. I have no control over that. Michigan Jackrabbit. My parents did plenty for me. They gave me what I needed and beat my ass. But Michigan, that's a balance. Yeah. Not talking about that. We're talking about the parents who just give and give and give. They're the parents who put you in a timeout when you run over the neighbor's dog with a lawnmower. They take away your cell phone for an hour to teach you a lesson and all the other stupid stuff. So I finally sat these parents down and I said, look, since we're talking here, it was a big group of people. There was a big room. It wasn't just me knocking on someone's door going, I need to talk to you. I don't do that. But the topic came up and I took them aside and I said, I want to tell you something. And since you're not getting what I'm telling you, I want to try to explain it this way. And there was a little boy one time who was out playing in his backyard and he had a bunch of trees in his yard. And he came across a caterpillar that was just putting itself inside of a cocoon. And the boy was fascinated. And the boy just sat there watching this caterpillar envelop itself. And every day he'd go back out there and spend a lot of time watching. He'd go and play. And he'd come back the next day and watch. Well, every single day he would come back out to see this cocoon. One day he goes out there and he's watching it and the cocoon's moving. It's something inside is moving. And he just gets up on the branch and he sits there and he stares at it for hours. And was a butterfly inside trying to get out, and it started opening the cocoon, chewing its way and prying its way out, and a little more. And the boy's all excited, and he's just so excited to see this, and it's a brand new life, it's a brand new thing. He's so excited, he's going to do this whole big deal, and he is impatient, and he has no knowledge of this cocoon. He has no idea what's going on. In fact, his job is to leave it alone. He wants to watch. But his job is to leave it alone, but he can't help himself. And as this butterfly is struggling to get out and trying to get out of this cocoon, it's kind of coming out, but it's getting stuck. The boy takes and grabs the cocoon and just tears it a little bit to help. He's being helpful. Opens the cocoon enough, and the butterfly comes out, and it stretches, and it's doing its thing, and the boy's just watching. The boy's happy as can be, because he jumped in the middle and did something helpful. And the butterfly couldn't fly. It tried to. It kept shaking its wings and fluttering. It never did fly. Finally, it tried, and it fell to the ground. It got dirt all over it, and the boy picked it up and put it on a different branch, and it fell again. And he took it to the bushes where it was low and tried to clean it off and put it back up there, and eventually the butterfly died. And the reason the butterfly died is because in the process of how nature works with this butterfly and this cocoon is as the butterfly struggles to get out, it strengthens all of its muscles that had been sitting dormant and not moving. And as it forces itself out of the cocoon, this tight cocoon, the cocoon scrapes gunk off of its wings. It has to do that. And that gunk is scraped off, and the butterfly is stronger now, and it flies. But because the boy intervened and helped it, because the boy took care of it, I'll take care of this for you, killed it, ended up destroying the butterfly. This is what parents do. They jump in to be helpful in places they're not supposed to be. You never let your kids struggle. You don't let your kids shed off of them through trial and error and failure and struggles. You don't let them scrape the things off of them that they're supposed to. You can't just open the cocoon all the time, because now the butterfly can't fly. Now that kid had to walk around with that butterfly on his finger the rest of his life, getting it everything it needed, because the butterfly is never going to be able to do it on its own if it had lived and if he had chose to do that. And that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing with your kids. And you don't even see it. And even when I tell you, you don't care, you don't believe me. What does he know? He's wrong. All right, whatever. But just remember that everyone around you and everyone in the extended family knows this is what you're doing, and they talk shit about you as soon as you leave the room, because what you're doing by giving an 8-year-old a cell phone and, $1,000 purse to carry to school, that you're paying for your 8-year-old to get its hair done professionally once a month and the tanning salon once a month. You're teaching your kids that this is the way their life is going to be, and you're going to keep paying for it. Oh, maybe you can. Maybe you're really rich and you'll just keep doing it. Fine. Carry that butterfly around in your finger as long as you want to. But it's only a novelty item until someone goes, why do you carry that butterfly around? I mean, is it your pet? Is it cool? What's the deal? And you have to reply with, no, I kind of have to. I'm stuck with this butterfly on my finger forever. That was a conversation I had. Maybe I should have minded my own damn business and shut up. But it was in the course. I didn't just walk over to people and go, hey, I got a story for you. Sit down. No, this is something that comes up. And in the course of a long discussion with others, I got to a point where I said, I got something I'd like to share with you. Come over here for a minute. Didn't even do it in front of everybody. I didn't even do it in front of people. I was like over here going, I got something I want to. Anyway, I don't know if you guys disagree or not. It's pretty easy to disagree with what I'm saying. You can poke holes in any conversation. You guys want to start talking a bunch of stuff, I can rip your shit to shreds too. I can start pointing things out. I'm not telling you it's a rock solid 100 guaranteed discussion or argument. I'm pointing out something that has a lot of truth based in it and how it applies. That's all. Okay. If you're going to be fun fact Freddy and tell me all these other things, I don't give a shit. just wanted to tell you what I thought about that and how that came out. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and I'm going to drink another shot and I'm going to realize how full of shit you guys think I really am. Okay. Oh, matching most, I agree. Turn goat into food. Joe, I'm going to make you come out and eat the goat, whatever we do with it then. All right, you guys, I'm scrolling down. Where are we at? Anthony says 100% General. Lion, General, that's how we grow and learn. Russell Sperry, the kids' analogies has never been more important than today. Thanks for that, man. Appreciate that. Goose says I used to get a timeout from my ass being hit. Anthony, he says you're not full of shit, bro. Thank you for that, Anthony. I was starting to get my feelings hurt there. I didn't know what to do. Daniel, tell us, welcome, you're an extra. Daniel, I'm sorry, my friend, but have you ever been in an airplane that there's not enough parachutes? Well, Daniel, you just jumped out of the plane with 200 other people, and 8 of us don't have parachutes, and we won't know till we open which ones. Sorry, man. That's the odds you just jumped into. So, Daniel, welcome to being an extra, my friend, but I'm sorry when you joined. I'm drinking this one right now, God damn it. I don't care. Who are you to judge? Can we get your face melded with an owl on a t-shirt with a pocket? We all love the wise old owl. You know, there's been 2 people recently that asked for a t-shirt with my face on it, saying something, and I don't even know what you'd say, but you know, we've put out a lot of t-shirts. We've tried a lot of t-shirts. A lot of them didn't sell anything. It didn't work out. Nobody was interested in it. But not one time has anybody here at GenxTalks or any of you guys ever taken the moment seriously. Why would you want my face on a t-shirt? I don't see that being an interest at all. So we've never even that's never even been on the drawing boards at all. I do think it's a funny joke. It's funny to talk about. All right, so let me add something else to the mix here. Coke is for the whiskey fun and Coke after the trick. Way better. Thank you. That is what I'm doing. Kevin Grimes says the pilot took my parachute. Oh, no, Miranda, not back to back. Are we doing that again just because you see me start? I'm trying to go easy tonight. Allie's moderating my drinking tonight. Miranda, I can't go back to back yet. We'll get there. Okay. So what's my take on religion? Ibrahim. I messed that name up, and I know how to say it. Brahim. It's not Ibrahim. It's Brahim. What's my take on religion? Yeah, I could take that. I talked a little bit about that earlier. I don't want to go back down that road. Okay. Go smoke a toad to get GenxTalks. Is that a new thread we do now where we just all smoke as GenxTalks? Okay. How many of you, I need to raise a hand. How many of you remember the story? How do I put this? The balls story, my friend's Cojones Grande story. Got to raise a hand. I got to see who's here that knows that story, who was here for that. If you remember that story, about the ball grab thing, you got to raise your hand because I got something to say. If there's enough people in here, I got something to tell you about that. Okay, there's a few, and 2 bears in. Yeah, super. It's okay. I need you to. Then if you remember, then I'm not talking to deaf ears. Okay. All right. So here we go. A short recap was all of us went out drinking. Couples did. And this one woman, part of this couples, was talking about her husband's cojones, the size, the shape, how huge. The whole night, she wouldn't shut up. At the end of the night, we were all in the parking lot. Hey, goodbye. See you tomorrow. See you at work. Do this, do that. And she started it again. And out of nowhere, while she's talking, Gen X mom, we're all in a circle, standing in a big circle, just saying goodbye. Out of nowhere, Gen X mom walks across the circle to her husband, she was the one he was talking about the whole night. Without a word, she walks across, pulls up his belt buckle, sticks her hand down there, grabs the cojones, lets go, and goes, they're all right. Walks back and stands there. That was the gist of it. Okay. So, and I remember I told you these are friends of ours, and this is a guy I talk to still. I just texted him. So we talked about that, about a week or so ago, maybe? And I went to call him the other day, and it went to voicemail. I sent him a few text messages, nothing. So finally, I called from a different number. because I felt like he blocked me or something. I'm like, dude, we've been friends for years. What's going on? He's like, can't talk to you anymore. I said, why? He goes, because my wife saw your live stream about the ball thing and she was really embarrassed. And I went, how would she be embarrassed? I never mentioned anybody's name. I never said anything about who you guys were exactly. So even in the town you guys live in now, I know it's a fairly small town, there is no way. And he goes, the entire town knows that it was her. The entire town knows that it was me. And she's mad that you brought it up and I'm not allowed to talk about it anymore. Or I'm not allowed to talk to me anymore. And I went, okay, how did the whole town find out? I mean, I don't know anybody in that town. I never mentioned you guys are 3,000 miles away. In fact, I think that this situation is really close to where Mrs. Fort Watton lives, if you want to know the truth. I think it's really close to where she lives. And I said, hey, man, I didn't say anything. I couldn't have brought this on other than I'm just talking here. You knew that you were talking about you. She knew that it was talking about her, but that's it. I said, in this town you live in, how on earth could they have figured out what I was saying? Did I say some links about like you lived here and went here? Did I say your initials? Did I do something? And my friend goes, no. He goes, I told everybody. I said, you what? He goes, yeah. He goes, I was so proud of that moment. He goes, I told everybody. And then it got back to her, and now the whole town knows. And she looks like an idiot. I look great, and the story lives on. And I went, okay, so why is this my fault? And he says, well, she can't stop the whole town from being mad and nosy. She can't stop me from saying I already did, but she can punish me by telling you that we can't be friends anymore. And I went, okay, man, whatever. But it's still funny. So now you know there's a little part 2 to that whole thing. The husband told the entire town. He's like, no, go check out GenxTalks. Go check out one of their slices. Go check. That was me. That story's about me. So that was funny. So now you know. All right. I got to talk to Mrs. Fort Watton again to see if she's in the same area, because I think she's pretty close to where he lives, like maybe the same town or the town over, just so you know. So yeah, that was funny. I mean, I feel like I lost a friend for a little while, but it still was a funny thing. And you guys remember it, so I figured if there's enough of you that remembered, then that was a funny story. Miss Fort Watton, don't tell that bitch my real name, but I'll play 9-ball with her husband. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't tell her. I don't have any contact with her at all. But yeah, no, I guarantee if you're in the area and you know any ranked 9-ball players in your area, he's at the top. I mean, he's at the very, very, very top. So wouldn't be hard to figure out who he is. Okay. So yeah, that's where we ended up. And where am I going with this? I had some other things in here. Do I have anything else that I want to mind? Nah, it's too long of a story. All right. So listen, is there anything else you guys wanted to know? That's kind of where we're at with Gen X mom and her mother, my mother-in-law. It's kind of where we're at with the stories on how the things with religion and how I talked to the parents about the butterfly story. There's some things in there. I don't know if they're worth remembering, but if the kid wants to repeat those or put them on a slice, you can. So anyway, I don't know how many of you are going to the thing in Las Vegas. It looks like there's more than we thought. The first meet and greet we did, 0 people showed up. 0. We sat in the parking lot. Nobody showed up. The second one was at Two Bears Car Show. I don't know. There wasn't a ton of people that came. They passed through. Some of them really good people, though. We talked to them. And so this one, I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to show up. It seems like when we posted it on the community section on YouTube, got 20 or 30, and I know there was like 10 or 15 going. I don't know, maybe we'll get it to 50 people, and it's over, 2 or 3 hours. We're just sitting there in a bar having some talking and stuff. So I don't think they'll be overwhelmed by anybody. I think there'll be time for everybody to sit and talk and about stuff. And I think we can move around and talk to everybody, and I think it'll be a fun time. I don't think it'll be overwhelming. I don't think there'll be 200 people there. I think it'll just be, just a group of us hanging out, rotating around the room. That's what I think. Do you ever go deep sea fishing? Do you have any deep sea fishing stories, General? I don't. I have never been a big fisherman. That wasn't my thing. I have fished. I've gone out ocean and I've done fishing in lakes and in rivers, but just never been my thing. I don't really have any good stories. Jamie, check your texts and then contact you. All right. So let me check my text. If any of you ask me to make a connection here like this, boom, 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 boom. Alex is texting my phone the stuff he was supposed to say out loud and didn't do it. No, we did not get the CB yet. I'm sorry, we didn't get there from here yet. Jamie, hey Jamie, Mel, 6 fingers. This is a picture with 6 fingers. This is where you say 6 like this. Simple to do, not hard. But I did not get the CB yet. I know you sent me an old CB, and I really want to put that up in the garage, but I didn't get it yet. So now. All right. Yeah, Alex, I got your stuff. Listen, you guys, I'm not feeling too bad right now. I do feel like the little winding stuff's coming on. I probably could have gone till an hour and a half or so, but I did drink a little bit tonight, just a few shots. But it was good to be back and tell the stories. It was good to talk to you guys. I had some stuff I want to tell you, and we did cover a few things you guys wanted. We talked a little bit deeper about religion. We talked about we talked about the legalizing of marijuana, stuff like that. There's more stuff and there's more stories. And I think tomorrow, since I was tolerant of the whiskey tonight, I feel great. Then I don't know. Let me get hammered and tell you some more stuff that you really don't want to hear. And remember, you guys have to drink too, though. This doesn't work if I'm the only one drinking. All right. If I'm going to lie, you have to drink enough to believe the lie, or this doesn't work. Mrs. Forwat and Gen Z can't get into the bar either. He'll be close by. In Lucille's, there's a restaurant called Lucille's that we used to go to all the time. COVID closed it down here and they never reopened. However, and we've been to the bar, we've been to Lucille's. It's a restaurant with a big, huge bar. And if you sit at the high top tables just off the bar in this room, then the kid can go. He's been there 100 times with me. So that's what we're trying to do. I can move around in and out of the actual big bar. They got a big, huge bar there. But the areas outside of it, he can go to, and then he's going to go to his brother's, my oldest son who lives there, and then go do that. So we'll have time, just adult time too. But the kid really wants to meet everybody. You guys want to meet him. He's looking forward to being there. So yeah. Barry Dano, $10. I raised 2 stepkids and my daughter. I knew I had done my job well when each one came to me and told me they hated me for correcting and punishing them for something they did. And every one of my kids that has done that has come, everyone but one has come back and said they appreciated mom and I keeping the discipline, keeping the structure, keeping the order. So it does come back when you play the long game and you stick to your guns and you play it correctly. It does work out. All right. Mr. Bum Philly says we should all meet at Chuck E. Cheese. He can get in. Bum Philly, you just want to play with him in the ball pit. I know it because you're a child. Oh, Joe, he just bought a 5th of Black Velvet. There you go. Good choice there. Green Nick says, love Lucille's. See, some of you know what Lucille's is. Some of you know that place. So it's not bad. It's a good deal. British Dragon, LSD is horrendous stuff. Scarred for life. Yeah, I've never done LSD. Neil, my man's son hates me now because I'm correcting his bad behavior, and now I'm the villain. Yeah, don't change though, because that's what they need. And the more they scream, the more you stick to your guns. I'm not saying go overboard. Stick to what you're doing, man. Whatever your plan is, stick to it. Don't let their tantrum change how you parent. That's a bad message. Stick to it, man. You're doing good. Salty Berserk. I thank my mom often for being raised the way I was. My dad passed long ago. Salty, that's the best you can do. Nothing better than what you're telling me you're doing. That is. Christopher says hello from Charleston, South Carolina. Russell, if you weren't so far away, I'd definitely stop by and hang out. I'm sorry, Russell. We'll try to get closer to you. Bum Philly, heart of a child, body of a 30-year-old. Hell of a combo. As you know, Gen X mom tells our daughters, as you're dating and getting married, realize you're marrying a 12-year-old. This is something Gen X mom has said for years. Men stop maturing at 12. And if you leave them alone long enough, they will prove it to you. You leave them alone long enough and they will start lighting their farts on fire in the garage. They will shove firecrackers up their ass. You leave them alone long enough and they will show you that they're 12. And she might be right. Good evening, General says, Matt, sorry to be tardy to the party. I'm sick as a dog, but I'm mustering all my energy to keep my eyes open. Matt, turn your phone sideways and lay flat on whatever you're at and stare. That's the dedication we need, man. You got to give till it hurts, baby. You give till it hurts. You throw up, we just don't want to hear about it, but you get right back in the game. Mrs. Fort Watton, good food at the end of the night rally at Buford. Oh, boy, you guys are going to have your hands full with him come Vegas when you guys meet him and start talking about Buford. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So I don't know where, what's wrong with Lenny Farnsworth? Anthony, 12. 12 years old. Oh, Fantasy, good morning from Denmark. Glad to see you're all better, General. I'm getting there. I'm improving. I'm not drinking as much, but this is my first time I've had a shot since 2 Thursdays ago. So I'm getting there. Okay, so hold on. What was that? Is it Mrs. Verwaten, good for the internet? Okay, got that. Okay, what was I going to say? Oh, if Allie's still around, I want to tell you guys that you guys, what you missed, hang on, I have to drink this. Okay. We are the Legion of X. The Legion of X lives in the bottom of the glass nation. That's where we reside. The truth is at the bottom of the glass. We sold these glasses. I told you to get one before they sold out. You didn't get one, and now you can't have them anymore because we don't make them. They're done. That was it. The link that Allie needs to put up there is for the new shot glass. There's a limited number. I don't care if you buy 1, 2, or 50, but that's it. There's just a limited number. I know you think, well, I'll just wait a couple. They're not going to last a couple of weeks. I'm guessing a little over a week. Two Bear told me tonight he goes under a week. I don't know. But don't miss one and then say you weren't told about it. I did tell you. We emailed everyone on Patreon or posted on there so they had a first shot. All of you members got first heads up on it before anybody else in YouTube. There's a post that only members can see. This is the first live stream. I'm telling you guys about it right now. This is the first live stream. 3 live streams from now, it's going to be old news. I'm not even going to be talking about it anymore. I won't even care. But I'm letting you know right now, if you showed up tonight and you want to have that shot glass, then you need to go get it because this is going to be it. They're on their way here, so I put them up as a pre-sale, but they're on their way. They're coming. This is it. So now you're stuck knowing what I know. Don't be mad at me when you don't get it. Yeah, some of you, Joshua got one. Matthew's got one ordered. Some of you guys did. Some of you guys put it in the thread on the post on there because the kid was reading it to me. So anyway, all right. I'm going to wrap it up at 1:20 tonight. I know you guys wanted more. I'll tell you what. I'm feeling tolerable. If I don't have a setback tomorrow, let's all meet tomorrow at the same bat time, the same bat channel, and we'll throw in some of the new stories about stuff. And I promise I will. Mrs. Fort Watton has a list of stuff. I will let her pick from her. She remembers stuff. I don't know if she writes it down or she'll pick something from 3 months ago. Well, what about this? You told us this. What about that? And she knows. Can't even believe she remembers. But I will let you guys pick a story that I chose not to tell before, or something random that you guys remember or you're asking about. But we'll start with Mrs. Fort Watton tomorrow. Let's get 30 minutes into it. Let's get some booze going on. Everybody get loosened up. Same bat time, same bat channel. And I promise amongst the stories we talk about with politics and religion and the general topics of the day, Matthew Lambert, $5 on me, buddy. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Matthew Lambert's gone easy on me. He used to go 5, let's drink, 5 cheers, let's drink, until it was only $25 after $5 a time, but I'm 5 shots in. He's gone a lot easier on me than he used to back in the day. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to go. I'm going to head out. But tomorrow we'll do some current event stuff. We'll talk about questions you guys have. Get us about 30, 35 minutes into it. And then I promise I'll light it up. But I promise that we'll give you the stories you're asking for. You guys want some stories about growing up in LA in the 80s? Whatever you want, you stories. If I've got one, I'll tell you. If I don't, I may have to tell you someone else's story. But if I've got one from my childhood, from my teenager, youthful years, if it has something I know, you guys all got a heart on for the Gen X mom stories. I do too. I really do. But you guys ask and we'll get going on it. So I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to have my last drink right here. And this is the truth is at the bottom of this glass. I'm going to go get some right now. And that means that I'm going to have truthful dreams. Did you know that? Did you know that's the case that if you drink right before you fall asleep, all your dreams are true? None of them are lies. No. It's true. It's a known fact because you got to the bottom of the glass. All right. So thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for putting up with me. And thank you each for all of the text messages and emails about how do I feel and how am I coming along, especially with Gen X Mom and the stuff she's going through. We very much appreciate it. In some ways, we are one family, a lot more solid and a lot more tight than some of my own extended family in real life. And I feel that way. I answer stuff, I talk about stuff, I share stuff, and you guys do with me. I know quite a bit about you folks too. And I appreciate that. It's a very symbiotic relationship. So without any more jabbering, I'm out. So from everyone here at GenxTalks, we'll catch all of you on the flip side.